Welcome to Resume Storyteller with Virginia Franco, bringing you interviews with industry experts and regular folks who tested the job search waters and succeeded, and strategies to tell your story and land your job interviews in 60 days, guaranteed. Here's your host, Virginia Franco.
Hey guys, so it is December, which means it is holiday time. I know that for a lot of you are sort of counting the days so you can take some time off and enjoy time with your family. But the other thing that comes along with the holiday season is holiday parties. And so for those of you that are introverts or those people that just, cringe at the idea of, quote unquote, networking during the holidays, count yourself in plentiful company. But I want to give you another approach to maybe look at networking this holiday season through a different lens altogether. So it doesn't mean, a lot of people look at holiday get-togethers as either a place for idle chit-chat, or they feel sort of sneaky going into these events with a hidden motive, which is networking. So I say, why not look at it as sort of that rare opportunity to spend some time outside of work, connecting with people that don't always cross your path. Friends, colleagues, vendors, customers, sometimes people that you really rarely have time for, or who you sort of do chit chat with but don't have time for more meaningful conversation. So I want to talk through 3 different common holiday networking situations and my thoughts on how to tackle them to hopefully help you make sure you have a good time and give you some benefit along the way. So the first one that a lot of people deal with is sort of that year-end potluck or holiday lunch. They tend to take place during your lunch hour. Often they can be in your office building or maybe a nearby restaurant. So usually when people go to those, they go jump at the chance to talk to their work friends. I sort of take the approach that you can socialize with your work friends at other times, where a year-end lunch might be a great chance to make a connection that might be mutually beneficial in the future. So instead of sitting with your usual this year, why not try something new? Try taking a seat next to someone with maybe who you'd love to work with in the future, or someone that's usually so busy during the business day to hold a conversation. Take your place next to them, but instead of talking about work, talk about life. And then if the conversation runs smoothly, you could always take your leave at the end of the luncheon by saying that you'd love to connect with them through their work calendar and maybe, hold a future discussion that's related to work. The next event that often, a lot of bigger companies tend to have, really even some smaller companies, is what I call the evening soiree. Evening holiday parties usually are held at some sort of an off-site venue. And the guest list is usually bigger than the potluck or holiday lunch, and it is expanded to include significant others, spouses, customers, some of the bigger ways. So per usual, human nature makes us gravitate towards those people that we interact with on a regular basis. But similar to the potluck lunch advice that I gave, why not use this evening event to approach some new people? These events are a perfect place for you to put names with faces, maybe people that you email with, but you don't get to have never met face to face. You can introduce them to your plus one. I recommend arriving to those sorts of evening parties prepared with 1 or 2 company details that might be mutually beneficial, especially if you're talking to customers. Because unlike the work lunch where I advise straying away from work-related conversation, this venue might be the perfect opportunity to mix up the chat a bit to include talk of holiday events as well as some of company's latest projects. In my view, that scenario is sort of a perfect place to allow others to walk away impressed well, hopefully you're impressed as well. The last holiday kind of event that often comes about are, those family, neighborhood, extended friend get-togethers, open house, desserts, cocktail parties. I'm sure you've been to them. And here's where I say, this is the time to talk to your closest families and friends. However, I recommend you try to branch out a little bit and make some time for new conversations, because you never know where they might lead. Why is it important to chat with your cousin's new girlfriend or your neighbor's son's baseball coach? And there is a few people that should be part and parcel of your extended professional network. So make a point of introducing yourself to at least one or two new faces, or maybe one or two people that you know by reputation but have never had the chance to speak with face to face. Again, these are the perfect place to build new connections while nurturing existing ones. If you are sort of shy about chatting a bit about work, ask others about theirs. You never know when that baseball coach knows a parent who knows someone at XYZ company, or that the friend of your friend works in the industry that interests you for your next career move. The bottom line is a perfect venue to lay the groundwork for future chats that can take place the next month. And these people might be willing to help you connect when you do follow up. So bottom line, even one conversation might prove fruitful. When it comes to Holiday Network, while you do not have to devote 100% of your time to new connections, even if you commit to just one or two chats at each, you'll be growing your network and making ties that might carry you forth into the new year.
You've been listening to Resume Storyteller with Virginia Franco. To learn more about storytelling strategies to catch the eye of today's skim online readers, hiring and decision makers, go to www.virginiafrancoresumes.com.